Well, it's nice to be here with you in Thomas Merton's Hermitage. What an exciting place to be, where he wrote and prayed and had his solitude.
Glad to share it with you.
It's one of our favorite places to be too. Whenever I come and visit you, we always end up here, don't we?
It's a great place for conversations. I mean, things just kind of open up automatically, no matter who happens to be in the company.
Yeah, I agree. There's a real spirit of Merton that you feel when you come into this place. And something I love that you do when we come here is you open up Merton's journals to whatever day it happens to be.
Yes.
And what do you call that? You have
Merton Roulette.
Yes, Merton Roulette. Yeah. So, what are some of your memories of Merton?
Oh, well, he didn't play roulette, but but yeah, I mean, he's the sort of person who could let chancy things happen like that, and then see the meaning in it. I mean, he was well organized. His classes were always, well prepared, but somewhere about 2/3 or halfway through the presentation, he would get onto an idea, and then it would just kind of flow. And I would feel sort of nourished for the rest of the week after having heard him, expound on something or another.
So it was when he went off script that he was really at his peak.
Yeah. And you can see that on the tapes, I mean, the recordings, the CDs now.
Of his lectures to the novices, of which you were one.
Right. Yeah, he was a vigorous person. He always seemed to have more energy than I was able to cope with in any situation. Not that he was agitated. Well, he could get agitated about something wasn't right, but he was kind of had a center. He was interiorly focused, but he was also very energetic and quick-witted, and he could make a comment and just off the cuff, which you remembered forever.
There's a story that you tell in our letters to each other where he drew something, or you both of you drew a picture. Remember that story?
Oh, yes.
Can you tell that story?
Oh, well, that's the story, yes. The undermaster had brought one can of beer to his desk while he was away, because it was his feast day of St. Louis, the King St. Louis.
Of course, which was his monastic name,
Father
Father
Louis.
Louis.
His monastic name, yes. And so he invited me in to split the beer.
Well, that was kind of him.
Yes, and then we did drawing. We had these felt pens, and just he drew a King David, and I drew a King David, and turned out to have a drippy nose. Then he did a beautiful lion face, and my lion face was only so. It was good with the pen, arts. When the novices came the next morning, they saw these drawings on the bulletin board, saying that there were 2 Russian artists who came through, and Popkov and Quenon or something like that. And then, he didn't say who did those.
So he passed them off as Russian artists, the work of Russian artists, and not his novice in himself sort of goofing off with a can of beer during spiritual direction.
Oh, he didn't mention the can of beer.